Hi, Wolfpack Podcast, episode 6, probably. I'm Alex Maker, the president of Wolfpack Productions, and today I have Sustainability Union.
Hi.
Whoa. So who are you?
Hi, I'm Ash Klinder. I am the Sustainability Union Student Intern, actually the Campus Sustainability Intern. And I'm on my third year here at JJC, my 6th semester, and I'll be graduating this spring. But I spend a lot of time on campus doing sustainability and specifically Sustainability Union.
That's cool. What's your, did you say your major?
Oh, no. So my major is environmental science. Here, technically, I have a focus in biology, but when I transfer, I kind of want to study conservation, ecology, and human dimensions of the environment. Kind of stick along with sustainability, but be able to work outside because it's really important to me to just be able to connect with nature, and it keeps me from being sad. So
Nice.
if I could work with the people and the earth, that'd be awesome.
I mean, it just makes sense why you're the Sustainability Union. What is your
I'm
role?
the campus intern.
Not like a president, but campus intern.
Yeah, I'm the intern. So I run our group. We don't follow Robert's Rules of Order or any sort of order. I create the order. It's kind of we're more relaxed, but as the intern, my job is to run the group. So I'm not necessarily the president, but of the campus organization, I run the meetings. So I'm just Ash, the sustainability intern, not a president, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I get paid being the intern, which is wonderful.
I don't get paid.
You don't get paid,
No.
and you work so hard, and you work really hard for sustainability too.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess, how did you find / join your union? So normally the question I'll ask is club, but I want to make it very clear. You're not a club, you are a union. What does that mean though, for people who don't know?
So the Sustainability Union is a campus organization, and unlike clubs, we are for students, faculty, staff, and administration. So all of the JJC community is welcome to come to our meetings, whether it's the president, your biology professor, your advisor for Wolfpack Productions. Everyone's allowed to come. In fact, the advisor for Wolfpack Productions does come for Monday morning meditation, which Sustainability runs. Yeah, he does every once in a while.
What time is that?
That's 10 to 10:30 on Mondays, every Monday for as long as I'm at the college, because I really enjoy it and it really helps me center. We call it sustainability for the mind, body, and soul. So we got to take care of ourselves before we can take care of the planet.
I'm going to have to go to one of them one day and just sit next to him and be like, oh, hey, man.
You should bring him, because he came to the first one. He hasn't come since.
You made it seem like he actively showed up, or at least like every other week he like maybe tried. No, the first one, it's been 3 months since the first one, right?
So Monday morning meditation has been running for 1.5 years now.
He only went to the first one?
No, and he was active the last 2 semesters more. I'm guessing this semester.
You know why he's not
busy.
active? It's because he's doing my stuff.
Yeah, he's very busy with Wolfpack Productions, but we're planning to do our little walk through nature.
I heard about that. He mentioned to me like a little bit, and then he was like, but I don't know. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, when
we'll get it. We can get into that.
We're busy people.
Yeah.
But how I joined SU.
Yeah.
So this is actually my second time at GGC. The first time I didn't even make it through my first semester. I was very passionate. I was working full-time as a manager at Wendy's. And
I see that weirdly.
Take it back. But I worked there for 3 years total. I worked there a year in high school. I got promoted when I graduated. So when I graduated, I became the manager and I started going JJC. And I tried to take business classes such as accounting and economics.
Oh man, that's so drastically different than what you're gonna do.
Yeah. So basically, I dropped out.
Yeah.
And I came back to school fall 2021, so I dropped out fall 2019. So in those 2 years, I worked as the fast food manager. So I saw all the waste, when people go to fast food, they want their stuff to be fresh and fast, which means we're constantly preparing food and constantly throwing food away. So the amount of food we threw away was just really sad to me. And they didn't pay us enough. We weren't treated with respect or anything. So I quit and I got a new job, and I got a job in a lab, actually.
Oh,
so that's where my love of science came from. Well, and I always loved science when I was a kid. But I worked in a lab, And I worked at a meat plant. I worked at the Costco meat plant.
You were so far away.
I worked at the Costco meat plant, and it's one of two meat processing plants for Costco.
Okay.
So they do all the hot dogs, all the meatballs, all the ground beef, stuff like that. So I went in and did lab work and sampled for pathogens, but every day I was sad.
Yeah, I would imagine.
It's cold and it's death, and you know, there being only two Costco meat plants in the United States, it could be 800,000 pounds of beef in a day.
Sure, yeah.
800,000 pounds.
It's a lot.
That's
like, I can't picture that. But
you can't picture.
That's like basically 800,000.
Yeah.
Rounded up to like just a million.
Right. And, you know, you hear that and that's one thing, but I got to see it. So I would go in to sample trucks and it would be 20 pallets of 2,000 pounds of deboned cow. So how many cows is that per pallet? I don't know. But
either.
we could get 20 trucks in a day if it was hot dog season. So that was that. So I worked there and then I quit because I was sad and it was wasteful.
Yeah.
And it was all about meat, and animal products are actually like the number one land consumers for the animals to be stored, but also to grow all their food. Most of our agriculture land is used for growing animals' food. So I worked there, and then I quit because I was sad, and then I worked as a maid.
Okay, that's...
So there we go again.
You have a lot of quote-unquote like odd jobs.
Unsustainable jobs.
Yeah.
That's what they were. So I worked as a maid, and I was cleaning rich people's houses, so I got to see the wealth gap.
Was that cool or like...
It was crazy, actually, because I cleaned a mansion.
Oh,
I cleaned a mansion. The guy was a bank owner. He had a picture of him and Donald Trump and his TV council. He had a ballroom with 3 crystal chandeliers from Italy that took 18 hours to raise so the crystals didn't crack when they poked together. Full of oil paintings, but it was so crazy because I'm cleaning houses like this, and then I'm cleaning apartments where it's mom and dad working full time, and they have kids, and the kids are wrecking everything. So I'm leaving water bottles everywhere. Sometimes I'd clean a house and take out 3 bags of water bottles, and that really put some stuff in perspective for me. So I quit there, and I went back to Wendy's for 6 months.
Oh.
And then I realized this will never be for me.
Yeah.
And I came back to JJC, and I started studying science. So this is my second time, and since 2021, I've been coming. And my biology professor, my first semester, I told her about all my unsustainable jobs and how I want to see a change in how we treat our planet and also how we use our resources. And she was like, join the sustainability union, like you need to do it. So I was shy, so I waited a semester before I joined. And when I did my first meeting with the previous intern, Andrew, and my coordinator, Mariana Rafik, and it was like, I found my people. And the more we talked, the more I went to events, it was like, this is where I belong. This is where I feel like I can be useful and maybe make a difference. So I guess that gets to how I want to be a leader, if you have any other follow-up questions.
I feel like I have a lot of follow-up questions after that. I don't know. A lot of crazy jobs.
Yeah.
Also, I think it makes sense that you're in a sustainability union. I feel like some clubs, like the people who like are like the leaders or whatever, you kind of just fit that description. I think you kind of fit the sustainability vibe pretty heavily.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It definitely was a reality check. It was a reality check of how we use resources in the United States specifically.
Sure.
And how like developed countries, and specifically the United States, can be so wasteful with materials. With food, with, plastic, oil, everything. We kind of just blow through stuff. So I really have a passion that one day we can see a future where we're not burning fossil fuels, where we're not wasting so much that our oceans are filling up with garbage islands, and we have ocean acidifications that are causing dead zones that are so massive. We're seeing species extinctions and things like that, such as the Gulf of Mexico is one of the biggest dead zones in the ocean in the world, and that's because of the agriculture runoff from the United States. So there we go. Everybody watching can fact check me. But I think about it a lot. And dead zones and garbage in the ocean, it's serious. And ocean acidification comes from too much CO2 being in the atmosphere. So as we're burning more fossil fuels and there's more CO2 in the atmosphere, the biggest sequester of carbon, the ocean, has so much that it's becoming acidic and bleaching coral reefs and killing species in the oceans.
So that is very, that's a lot. That's, sustainable practices would be better for, like, long term, obviously.
I agree.
I
really agree. I think it's our only way to combat the climate crisis.
And then I guess going to the second question, how after leaving the climate crisis issue, how and why did you want to be the leader of your union? And then obviously, I guess because it's a job, how does that factor in? Because you can't just run for it.
Right. So actually, Andrew was the previous intern. So after I had met him and Maria and joined the SU, I was super into it. So I went to all the meetings, and I was always participating. I'm kind of an idea person, so I was always sharing and talking because I can't ever shut up. And eventually, I was telling them I needed a job, and I was gonna apply at the college in the lab because I wanted to do lab work. And sustainability was becoming a passion and something I really cared about, but it wasn't everything yet.
Yeah.
So I had talked to Andrew, I was I really need a job. I want to work at the school so that way I'm here, get my homework done, get paid, and learn all at the same time. And it would help me stay on track. That was the biggest thing, to work at the school. That's why I wanted to work at the school, because I wanted to not drop out. I wanted to stay here and keep my grades up. So that's why I wanted to work at the school. And I told Andrew, I was I really want a job. And he was maybe Maria and I can get you a job. And they kind of started that new position for me because I'm the first time they've had a student worker and a second employee in the sustainability office.
And how long has sustainability union been a thing?
So the Student Sustainability Union started in 2008. And it became a core value. Sustainability became a core value, one of our six core values. That's a fact I don't know. But one of our core values of the college in, I think, 2012, 2014, something like that. And then the first paid position, I think, was maybe 2017, 2018. I'm not so sure about
close enough.
that. But it's somewhere
they created
in
a
there.
whole new thing for you. That's awesome.
Kind of. I basically just was loud enough and persistent enough that they gave me a job. But that's how that happened, which was I'm forever grateful for it. It changed my life. Absolutely. Both of those people changed my life. And I appreciate it because it was such a stark contrast from what I was doing. And it was wow, this makes me feel good. Unlike everything else, which made me feel bad.
I'm not sad at Wendy's anymore.
I'm not sad at Wendy's anymore or in a meat plant in 40 degrees. Yeah, so.
So then, why did you want to be leader of that? Because you went from student worker and then to intern. What was that process like?
So Andrew from his sustainability internship was able to get a job at the Forest Preserve District full time.
Oh, really?
So he's there all year round now, and I stepped up. So before I was doing marketing and outreach and helping Andrew with events, coming up with ideas, planning and things like that. And now I do more stuff with the coordinator. We run a group. Sustainability has a group that we're involved, or JJC's involved in, called SHMEC, which is the South Metropolitan Higher Education Consortium. And there's a committee called Sustainability Initiatives Committee. And Maria actually runs that. So I've been helping her write agendas for that, and then I take minutes every meeting, and I've actually started a separate student group for that. So the South Metropolitan schools are 8 different schools that all come together to collaborate, talk about sustainable initiatives, events, meetings, things like that. So it's really awesome to be able to connect broader in the area, and that's something that, since we're not a club, that I get to do and get paid for because it's a lot of effort. But
I can imagine.
Yeah, and running the student group too has been super cool because now our student group can assist the faculty group to give the student perspective, because really with sustainability, it's about our future generations and our children, you know? Like, it's about the people we don't know yet, really. Maybe us. It could be us, because it's the race to 2050.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll pretend it's not us, because that's scary. We'll see if we have one more generation. But we're doing it for them, because conserving our resources is so important for them. Like, we have enough now, but we've seen since 1880, the global temperature is raised 1.5 degrees Celsius. And the Ice Age was 4.5 degrees Celsius cooler than 1880. So when you think about Ice Age, and then you think about where we're going, by 2050 we want to stay under 2 degrees warmer. So we're predicted to hit like 3 or 4 degrees warmer by 2050, which would just like, it causes global catastrophe. We'd see climate emergencies, like ocean acidification is one, but also ocean levels rising from ice caps melting and things like that, and ice caps just breaking off from the ice sheet and plopping into the ocean, which could make ocean levels rise, like, I've heard as much as 4 feet, like, very quickly. So you can imagine all our coastal cities gone. And that's just one example. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different things. With the ice melting too, that's how emergent viruses come out. And that's the kind of stuff we're scared of, because that's the stuff we have never faced ever as humanity in our however many thousands of years of being alive.
Yeah.
And that could be bad. And it's melting. And I'm nervous. I am nervous. Mm-hmm. That's really why I do this.
Yeah.
Because I want to see a better future, and I'm sad. Back to sad.
Yeah.
I'm sad for the future we could have, and the future my kids could have, or my nieces. Mm. So, yeah, that's how I feel. That's why I'm the leader. And I love it. I really like it. Yep.
Yeah. But all that information, that is very powerful, important, and we'll probably talk about it more in even more detail. But what is the purpose of your club, or what is the purpose of your union, and what does your union do? Because you sustainability is obviously a very big title. So yeah.
Yeah, our core value.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important to JJC. Might I remind JJC, it's very important to us. But the point of the club. The point of the organization.
It is a club. Oh my gosh.
No, it is not. No, it is not. And I'll scream it from the rooftops. But the goal of the club is to encourage everyone at JJC to become more aware of our impact on the environment. Mm. And as well to teach people how we can conserve resources, and also how we can, reduce our impact through individual contributions and community actions. So
what do you cover, I guess? Like, what's sustainable practices? Like, because we named climate stuff.
Yes.
General.
Climate stuff, people stuff.
Yeah.
Money stuff. That's what it is. It's people, planet, and prosperity. Mm. So it's how we can maintain the earth to protect the people and have them be healthy, happy, and fulfilled. So that's a big ask.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a big ask. But there's things that we can do, and there's a lot of injustices, unfortunately, that we see all the time. And that, that those are the kinds of things that will be fixed first. Because some of it is easy, We were talking on our break about vegetarianism, veganism. And being vegetarian or vegan is a great way to reduce your impact. Because, like I was saying about water and land usage, if you're a vegetarian and you cut out killing all those animals, then that's, it's a lot of water. It's a lot of water. And being vegan means that you cut out killing the animals, but also storing the animals at all, feeding the animals at all, transporting animal products at all. So being vegan is definitely the way to make the smallest impact for food, at least. But yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Cool. I don't have a lot of knowledge on sustainable stuff, so
yeah,
it's gonna be very knowledgeable for me.
Cool. Yeah. And I mean, that's the whole point of the Sustainability Union, is that it's not that we've been taught to wear blinders, but we kind of exist with blinders because, we live in a consumer society. We live in a consumer culture where with a linear economy, where we take things, we make things, and we waste them. There's really no thought of decomposition. At least in the past, when we were creating these things, like when plastic was invented, they weren't thinking about disposal at all. They were saying, oh, it's got such awesome longevity. And now we're like, wait, too much longevity, too much. And with all of our single-use and disposable products, that is becoming a huge problem. And a problem that we could change almost quickly, hopefully quickly, in my eyes, with some policies and push for it, we could see a lot of single use going away soon, like by 2030.
Oh, okay, yeah.
By 2030, that would be the goal.
What's your opinion on the metal straws? Or what is it exactly?
Metal straws.
Metal and then another one? I don't know.
Do
you think that was actually good? Do you like that?
What? Metal straws?
Yeah.
So at JGC, we have a whole cafeteria sustainability reusable serviceware set. So we have the salad bowl container that you can put your entrees or your salads in, and you weigh it, and you get money off for being sustainable.
Crazy.
Then there's reusable soup bowls where you get soup and you get money off for being sustainable. We've got, our reusable coffee mugs and water bottles. And then we have our utensil set. So we sell a bamboo utensil set at school, and it's in the bookstore, and you can also buy them from us. But it's spoon, fork, knife, metal straw, and a straw cleaning apparatus. Yes. So, I'd say not using straws is a way that we can individually contribute. When we talk about the world and the climate crisis, we're like, what can we do? And honestly, a lot of it is systematic changes that need to happen, like not making plastic straws at all anymore. That would be the solution. Maybe to make paper straws, which we see those at some places now. Or to just encourage people to keep a serviceware utensil set on them. Which is what's cool about the sustainability set, is it comes in a little bag. So I keep mine in my car. I wash my dishes on campus.
Okay, yeah.
I don't care. I just go and use there's a sink in the hallway near the new Office of Sustainability, and I do my dishes every day. And I wonder if we started having kids do that when they were younger, and everybody lines up and cleans their dishes at the end of lunch, how different that would make our households and our view on single use in general. Because if kids were taught to wash their dishes at school, they'd help keep the kitchen clean at home. And we'd be using less. We wouldn't be seeing as many paper plates and things like that because we'd be cleaning up after ourselves. And that's exactly the whole thing. We need to clean up after ourselves. Pollution. We need to clean up after ourselves. And that's kind of the thought process, is we need to be thinking of things as a system and as a whole and holistically. So,
yeah. I like metal straws. I think they're good. I think they're fine.
They are good.
Yeah.
They're very good. I like them as well.
Yeah. Not many places actually do that. At least the ones I normally visit, they just don't have that.
Yeah.
It's weird when you get one, but technically it's more lasting.
You know what I say?
What?
Don't use a straw.
True. But then they give me ice in my drink. How am I gonna drink that though?
Yeah, and I hear that from people too, is that, you don't want that directly on your teeth, which I suppose I can understand. I suppose.
Yeah.
but yeah, I get it. And having a reusable straw you just even keep in your car and rinse out.
Yeah, I mean, even in that,
you'll be good.
You could argue that it's like even more clean because you're the one doing it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which
definitely.
is like a little more like nice to know. So.
Yeah, definitely. Or you can keep it dirty.
And then that's upsetting.
That's your choice.
Yeah. At least you're choosing it.
At least you're choosing it, right? And we know what's gonna happen. Unlike our straws, like if you use a straw every day, that's 365 straws at the end of the year. That's a pack of straws. Everybody in the room uses a pack of straws.
Do you think about that? Like, is that how you think about certain things? Because I think if I started thinking about that, I think I'd get like slightly freaked out about like usage. I'd be like, oh man, that's like something I want to think about.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, and I mean, working at the meat plant, it was exactly that.
Sure, yeah.
It was exactly that. It was like, I did not want to see all of this, but I did. You know, I did, and I'm honestly grateful for it. I'm once again vegetarian, and now I've had like 4 years of my life total, 5 years being vegetarian. I was actually a vegetarian before I worked at the meat plant.
That's even worse.
I knew people who worked there. That's why I went. And because I was very lucky to get the lab job. Because I was a temp for someone who was sick. Normally you'd need an associate's or to work at the building for a year to be able to work in the lab. So I was like super lucky. And I just love the lab experience and just working in science in general. I think people forget that scientists are just like silly, curious people. Because they really are. They're just people who want to know why. And that's what I want to know. I want to know why. Why are we using so much? Why are we still burning fossil fuels? Why are we still, burning persistent chemicals like PFAS that are now building up in our bodies forever, and they're carcinogens, and they're in our fast food wrappers, they're in our, fire retardant stuff, in our grease proof, it's everywhere, and a lot of that waste is being burned or not taken care of properly, because there really is no proper way to take care of pollution. We have our landfills, but once the landfills are full, we're burning. And once the landfills are full, everything's falling out of the landfill and blowing around these neighborhoods. And so I could keep talking about that, but I won't.
This is actually good, because this can lead me to the next question. Do you have any personal goals for your union?
Oh, yeah.
Because you've listed a lot of personal things you would like to see.
I have so many goals. I'd say my biggest goal is to spread eco-consciousness. So we're talking about thinking about it. That's my word for it, is eco-consciousness, which is just considering the earth and the resources you're using when you're doing it. So, for example, using a straw. You shouldn't make yourself feel bad if you need a straw, but you should think to yourself, if you need a straw, but if you think about it before you use it, then you'll be like, maybe next time I'll remember. Or for me, right now, I'm on a no idle kick. No idling. So I'm like, if they take too long at the pharmacy drive-thru or something, I'm turning my car off.
Oh, sure.
And then I turn my car back on. And it actually wastes less gas. I found that out. I went to this Green Drives conference, which is something that I got to do, being a part of sustainability. They paid for me to go, my ticket and my gas. It was a great experience. It's a conference for everyone in Illinois to come together and talk about new sustainable technologies that are appearing in transportation. And right now they're talking about like electrifying fleets and using alternative fuels and ways that we can make our fuel more efficient, because generally gasoline is about 15% efficient, 15 to 25 or something like that. And that means the other 75% at least is pollution, is air pollution and physical particulates, but also like CO2 and other exhaust fumes. So my goal for the club, though.
Yeah, you want to spread consciousness.
My goal for the club is this semester I want 500 people to have attended Campus Sustainability Month. Not different people, but just like 500 sign-ons, I want to spread this information to as many people as physically possible. which I guess is kind of nerdy. But I think it's so important, and yeah, I think that sustainability can do awesome things, and I want to do awesome things. That's the goal.
Yeah.
I want to, as an intern, I'd love to do something with waste. I'd love to see composting on campus, which would be crazy. And I want to do that. I also would love to see our natural areas become protected, like statewide, because we're really close to having the natural areas protected forever because of endangered species on campus. And we're looking for an endangered species because we've got a lot of diversity in a rare ecosystem, the fen, which is a lowland wet prairie, basically. And yeah, we're looking for the emerald dragonfly, I think is what it's called. And it's really boring looking, but it's endangered. And if we find it, look out for it. It's got a green head and a boring brown black body. But if we find that, then JGC's natural areas will be protected forever. And I would love to see that while I'm here.
Yeah. That is a very big goal.
I got bigger goals.
Man, that's crazy.
I'd love to see my Schmeck group pop off too. I'd love to see our presidents taking sustainability as serious as I think it is, as future generations need it to be, in my opinion. You know, I can't really speak for everyone, but I really do. I mean, we're seeing this change. This year was the hottest summer ever on record. Globally recorded, at least.
Yeah, that makes sense. It was
hottest
pretty hot.
ever. I mean, in Illinois, it wasn't so bad for us, but globally, it was the hottest summer ever. And we keep seeing all of these effects from the climate crisis. You know, we're getting more hurricanes all the time. It's super hot, it's super cold, so many droughts, and then floods. And that's the reality, is that with global warming, it doesn't mean that the whole planet's going to dry up. It means that the way the water cycle works is going to change. That's the biggest thing, is the way the water cycle works is going to change in the way that every species on the planet will be affected physically by rising temperatures. So, yeah, the water cycle changing means more extreme weather. That's what they talk about with global warming. It's not drought, it's extreme weather. So, like in California, it's so dry, and then it floods. And what that means is that the soil is so eroded and garbage from being dry, then the flood comes and wipes it all off again, and then it's even more dry and infertile and garbage. And that's kind of the progression they're on. And with less snow melts and things like that filling the Colorado River, we're seeing water crisis in Arizona, or even like behind the Hoover Dam is so low. It's absurd. It's very interesting, though. It's interesting and scary. Yeah. So that's another goal of the Sustainability Union. I want to share this information with children. I want to like go to schools and talk about it at like high schools and middle schools, just to have more people thinking about it. That's kind of the goal, is just to spread eco-consciousness, because we are, once again, I don't want to say taught not to notice, but our consumer culture has us not thinking about it, so we keep buying. And that's unfortunately the problem, is that we buy, and that's the stuff we're focused on. It seems like in a lot of ways that, you know, value from life, instead of it having intrinsic value, is all instrumental. And how can everything serve humans? And we can't be treating the planet like that, because the planet does not serve us. Yeah. At all. I mean, it serves us in a way, but it's not going to accommodate us. It will let us die. And sustainability is for humanity. It's not to save the planet. Sure, maybe we'll save some animals in the process, which is wonderful, but it means that humanity doesn't have to end in global climate catastrophe by our own doing. You know, maybe it'll happen by the natural cycles of the planet, but currently we're not experiencing natural climate.
We don't want to be like the cause of like the thing.
Right. Temperature increase like that is caused by humans, and it has been proven. Yeah, and that's why the biology department here is so great, is every biology teacher believes this.
Yeah.
And they tell their students, chemistry too, I feel like science in general, they tell their students that like we are experiencing a problem with our climate and it's because of humans.
Mm-hmm. You have a lot of really great goals for this.
Thank you, yeah. I want to make a difference. I do. Just a little one. Even if it's just JJC, even if it's just the South Metropolitan area, I'm down. I'm down.
But you have a lot of personal, very high-achieving goals, which is very exciting to hear about. With that, do you have any upcoming events or plans that your union is excited about?
Oh, yeah.
Because I know there's a couple.
Oh, yeah. So since we're not a club, we really go crazy. So, like, we have 2 observance months that we celebrate. One is National Campus Sustainability Month, which is in October and is a real observance month that we take advantage of, which is a little bogus. But it's because we want to spread awareness. And then we do Earth Month in April. So this month in October, I've planned 12 events. We have 3 campus tours. We just finished the Arboretum tour this last Monday. Next Monday, we have our Natural Areas tour. And the Monday after that, we're taking a tour of the sustainably certified buildings on campus. We actually have like over 1 million square feet of LEED certified, which is leadership in energy efficiency and design. So JJC is a leader for sustainability in our area, and you know, being such a big and old community college, we have the influence to make a difference on our area and for community colleges as a whole. So yeah, I want to, we have those 3 tours, and then we have 4 events. So we just went through the first one, which was our campus sound bath, and I was talking about meditation. A sound bath this one was a multi-instrumental sound healing is what it's called.
All right.
And it was a 45-minute session where they played like different instruments like Himalayan singing bowls, but also like xylophones that were on sticks and could wiggle and like boom.
That sounds very
unique.
Interesting.
It was very interesting. Hopefully we'll do it again. You'll have to come.
I kind of have to now.
It's very interesting.
I think I have to show up.
You feel weird after. It's 45 minutes.
It's a long time.
It's a long time.
Long time of like music. It's
interesting.
I can imagine.
It's very loud.
I assume so.
Yeah. Anyway.
yeah. So no, I've just never heard of something like that. That's cool.
It was super cool. I loved it. I definitely recommend checking out what's it called? Like Hertz and sound healing in general, because like frequency was the word I was looking for. Frequency meditation really makes me feel something. I listen to it in the middle of the night when I wake up.
Yeah.
But anyway, we have that event, and then we have our next event will actually be this upcoming Saturday,
the
21st of October, Busted Beautiful, which you'll be there.
I will be there.
Please bring your busted things. We'll make them beautiful. But basically, so this is a community repair event, and it was inspired by this. It's an organization based out of Amsterdam that is called a Repair Cafe. So basically, the idea was community members come in, volunteer their time for free, and help people fix their stuff. So I went and visited one in Oak Park, and basically, like, it's a lot of retired people and a lot of crafty people who just want to use their fix-it skills. So we have a lot of fixers. We have 4 people from Oak Park coming, actually, and then we have, like, 10 people from JJC community, including, you know, like, we have a professor and his wife coming. We have friends from Will County Green coming. All kinds of cool different stuff. And we're fixing mechanical things, electrical things, ceramics, jewelry, and we're going to be sewing.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, you could bring in your pillowcases, your old teddy bears, your pants, anything, any pocket with a hole, anything that needs a button, things like that. And then if you have a bike that needs to be fixed, if you have a cart or a dolly that needs to be fixed, a fan, an alarm clock, a radio,
really?
a toaster.
People can fix that?
They can fix it. The one guy who started the Oak Park Repair Cafe, which they have to get certified to call it a repair cafe, which I would love to see that at JJC.
That would be very interesting.
Because we're a community hub.
Yeah.
It would make sense because the Oak Park is at their community center. So it would kind of make sense for JJC to be a repair cafe since we're a community hub.
I can see that.
I can see it too. But basically, I'm super excited. I can't wait to see what the turnout's going to be like. And yeah, so that's the second one. The third one is a movie showing we're doing called Going Circular. Going Circular is basically about how I was talking about linear economies. We're talking about moving to a circular economy, going circular.
What does that mean, though?
So basically, like I was talking about with the linear economy is make, waste. A circular economy would be, instead of wasting, we would be recycling, sequestering, energy sequestering, and repurposing these materials. So we'd be recycling, repurposing, and sequestering energy from these products and not making them go to waste, or the waste that we do create can be cyclable by, our Earth systems. So like I was saying about persistent chemicals, that is something that could not exist in a circular economy because it's not circular. It's linear and builds up in your body and is not good. So yeah, we'll be talking about that. That's really exciting. We're partnering with the business club too. Love crazy. Partnering. So business club is coming, which is really exciting because
they're just helping out.
No, they wanted to collaborate and talk about a circular economy.
Sure. Yeah.
Nairi actually is passionate about sustainability. And she thinks about it. She thinks about it.
Nice.
Which is the first part, And so they're coming. I'm really excited for that because I've been talking about consumer culture and how businesses aren't brainwashing us, but we're using all these single-use things for their profits. So it's very cool that people our age and people who are attending college now are looking for sustainable business practices, which is very cool. And then we have a upcycling event. So it's called Junk to Jewels. Kind of like Busted to Beautiful, which I kind of regret that now. But Junk to Jewels is going to be on the H Bridge on the 30th, Monday.
Nice.
October.
Okay.
And we're going to be upcycling some tiles. We found these tiles and we have these.
What does upcycling mean?
Oh, upcycling means it's junk to jewels. So we're taking junky stuff that didn't have a purpose before and making art or useful things out of it.
Okay.
So we have these coasters. We have these random tiles that didn't have a purpose at all. I don't know what they were originally intended for, but we had a friend who was just carrying them around. And we also use Velcro stickies, but we only use the hook side. So we have all these soft sides. So we were like, wait a second, tile, sticky, coaster that won't scratch your table. And they're beautiful, and they're totally beautiful. So we're going to be making those and painting them and putting SU stickers on them. And then we're going to be taking old 3D printer fails, which they call 3D printer poops. And we're going to be making art out of those. And then we have a lady coming who makes things from old newspaper. So you can make newspaper creatures.
Oh my god.
Like cats and owls.
I need to see that.
Oh yeah, it's cool. And then she's also going to teach us how to make paper beads, which these beads are so cute. I know I'm a little boho. They're a little boho, but they're cute and sustainable, which is beautiful. So yeah, that's our last event. And then we had 3 volunteer things. So we're volunteering with Northern Illinois Food Bank. We volunteered to clean up invasive species on campus. And then we are volunteering to clean up on the main road outside of campus, Humboldt Road.
Nice.
Yes.
That's a lot of stuff. That's actually a lot of projects.
There's another one too, actually.
Okay.
There's one more, the last one, which has been a semester-long thing I've been working on. But, we talk about the environment a lot. When we think of sustainability, even people will call us the Green Club. Yeah. But we're beyond green. It's about people. It's about humanity. It's about the children.
That's probably like the one of the biggest,
and
I don't know what you would call
stigma.
it. Stigma, yeah.
Or generalization.
Better word for that, yeah.
And that's why this semester I've been doing an environmental justice speaker session. And that basically means how people or marginalized communities are taken advantage of through their environment. So, for example, there are more landfills in POC communities. There are more polluting industries in POC communities, or just low-income communities like coal factories, or which we don't have many of those anymore, but we still do. But coal factories or slaughterhouses or things like that. Even some farming, like mass agriculture farming. When you think of those sad videos of all the hundreds of animals locked up in a barn,
I've seen those.
how about how much they poop? Because cows eat like 10 times, 15 times as much as us in a day. Think about all that poop. You know what they do with all that poop?
What?
They dig a huge football field sized, like, what's the word? Like pit, like landfill. And they fill it with poop. And then you know what happens when it rains?
I don't forget. Yeah.
The poop gets on the land. And it's just, it's not a sustainable way to be farming or using this poop. Maybe we should start using it circularly. So if we want to keep eating animal products, then we need to start using their waste for something useful rather than letting it build up nitrogen in the ocean and causing dead zones, like I was talking about earlier. Or eutrophication, like what we see in our campus lake, with the whole campus lake turning green on top. That's called eutrophication, where I think it's duckweed actually on top. I'm not sure. The director of facilities told me that. It's not algae, I know that. But basically, if there's a layer of green all on top of your water, everything underneath dies.
Oh.
And then everything smells really bad.
Oh, I've seen a lot of that actually.
Yeah. And you'll know when there's a eutrophied lake or something near you because it smells like sadness.
Yeah.
And
sadness
it smells like
and
death.
despair.
Yeah, it smells like despair and decay.
And then that's a lot of information.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
Oh yeah. But the speaker session this month was from Northern Illinois Food Bank, and they were talking about food insecurity and how that impacts people and our environment. So
definitely.
That's all. That's just October.
Oh my gosh. That's just October.
I'm a busy
How far do you plan ahead for this stuff? Or is it more like month to month? Because you have different
I started
stuff.
in June.
Okay.
July.
How many things do you plan on doing like after October?
So after October.
At least like for this semester, we'll say.
Yeah. So like I said, we have our environmental justice speaker series, which is the first Wednesday of the month, 12 to 1 in A1061, or online through Teams, which you can get to from our website. But we have 2 more of those. The next one is with CEJA, is with the Department of Economic Commerce and Opportunity? I don't know. But they're going to come and talk about a revolutionary bill that's going on in Illinois right now that was passed by Pritzker. It's been called one of the most progressive bills passed in the United States right now, and it's the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act. And basically it's about sustainability. It's how we can make sure our people are healthy by not disrespecting our environment. And the goal is to start clean jobs and to move away from fossil fuels and switch to invest more in renewables.
So how many more things do you have planned for November and December?
So
like multiple events?
I
like
have
that's
2
the idea?
more, yeah. So
basically
we have bi-weekly meetings.
Sure.
And yeah, I do a lot. It's a lot. It could take an hour to just tell you about what I'm doing.
I can tell.
But yeah, so in November we have 2 meetings. Our first one, we are going to be talking about actually, I don't know for this one because I had a couple things up in the air.
Like any more events, or is it just like meetings?
One more event. We're going to be doing hopefully, still in the works, a sustainability show.
Oh.
Like a concert.
Oh.
So.
Okay, yeah. That seems like a lot of planning.
The new student worker. I'll just call us hippies and punks. I'm kind of hippie, he's kind of punk, so we're gonna have this show.
Would you consider yourself like a quote-unquote like hippie?
Let's cut this out. Okay. Actually, I don't want to be called a hippie at all. I don't like it. It's got bad connotations. sometimes, and
70s.
it makes me less serious too. When you hear somebody called a hippie, it's almost like
you undermine them.
Yeah, you're undermining
them.
them.
You're like, oh, they're just like
You're doubting them, yeah.
Compared to like
dirty hippies, you know.
Okay, wasn't gonna go there. More like sustainability union activist.
Yeah, I'm a planet activist.
Hippie. Like, there's a difference to it.
I'm an activist for people, planet, and prosperity.
Yeah.
So.
Which sounds a lot more impressive.
Period. That's why I'm the campus sustainability intern and not the student sustainability intern.
Local hippie found activity. Oh my God.
But yeah, so we're gonna have a show. So it's gonna be punk music. It's gonna be indie music. We're hoping to have some poetry reading, but it's in the works. It's it's during finals week, the end of finals week. So hopefully people will be able to come and everything. But I think it's gonna be really fun.
Yeah.
And cool, and powerful.
So we've talked a lot about your union stuff, but what is one long-term goal you would like to see for your club after you graduate? Because obviously right now it is a lot of like, you are doing a lot of stuff that you personally think is like really great, but let's just say like after you're gone, whoever takes that up could have a lot of differing goals and maybe like takes it in like a different direction than you would have done.
Yeah.
What is one long-term goal you would like to see for them after you graduate?
So for sustainability on campus, I want us to become an official department.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so instead of
That's such a long, big goal.
It's a big goal, but I mean it. Mm-hmm. Like, I want sustainability to be a department. Like DEI.
Sure.
Like OSA, low-key. Not OSA, but like DEI and like other advocacy, mental health awareness, and things like that. We need to be talking about sustainability because it really does impact our everyday lives. And it is something that we need to think about. So, yeah, I would love to see that. I mean, I can't do anything about that except spread awareness and try and tell the president how important it is to me and hope that they will recognize sustainability as something so important that is more than a core value. Like, as a core value, you know, diversity is a core value of JJC. Sustainability should be their own department. I really do.
That is a huge goal. That's going to be really cool to see if that happens.
I hope so. I'm going to keep coming back. I'm going to come check every once in a while.
Yeah. Along with that, how can students get involved in your union, and what are the benefits of joining your organization, union thing?
So, people can get involved by talking to me, by emailing me at ashley.klinder at jjc.edu. They can come to Sustainability Union meetings, which are bi-monthly, the second and fourth Wednesday of the month, 12 to 1, online and in person, 81061. You could come to Monday morning meditation and talk to me then, because I'll always be at Monday morning meditation. Or you could come to our Observance Month events. That's where we'll see a lot of new people anyway, because they see an event going on, they think it's cool, and they'll come. So yeah, coming to events, go to events, go to meetings, go to Monday morning meditation. I'll be there, and that's how you can get involved.
What do you think the benefits of joining is? What can someone get out of it?
There's so much you could get out of it.
Friendship, general knowledge.
Friendship, knowledge, a new perspective. You could learn things to help your lifestyle, to make you feel better as an individual, to become a bigger part of your community, to become an advocate for JJC in your community. There's all kinds of amazing things. But yeah, the things people can get out of our club is knowledge, friendship, hopefulness, and hopefully a new perspective.
You said your club.
My campus organization.
Who knows?
It really is a great line, especially since I'm a student running it, and
I see that completely.
Yeah, and I love the clubs on campus. That's actually
I would argue that even if because let's just take Muslim Student Society. They're called a society. They're a club. People probably just assume you're a club.
It's true. People do, which is why I have to scream it from the rooftops. We are not a club. We are a campus organization and a union of students, faculty, staff, and administration. And we do community events. So that's another big difference. I don't think regular clubs can invite
I don't know.
beyond?
I think they can. It just has to be. It's just a lot harder if they want to do something like that.
Yeah, like our repair cafe is for all of JJC community. So is the sound bath.
Yeah. And
which was really cool.
What social media do you have? Where can people follow you? What cool information do you have?
We don't have social media.
You don't?
Don't have
I thought you guys
media.
did. Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
A lot of us are kind of off the grid, so.
Sustainable.
But we do have our website. On the JJC page, if you go to Campus Life, Sustainability has their own tab since we are a core value and a valuable member, a valuable part of this institution. So if you go on there, you can find all of our contact information, me, Maria, the coordinator, and Sean, the student worker. And you can find all of our information on events. You can find the Teams link to join our online meetings, which our online meetings are always for everyone in the community as well. And yeah, that's where they can find us. Also, the My JJC portal, you can find sustainability there as well.
Nice.
And then check all the monitors on campus.
True. You guys have a lot of promos on there.
We do. We do.
Now, the final question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What is one topic relating to your union that you want to mention?
I think a sustainable future is possible. That's what I want to tell everybody. Like, that's what I want to say. It seems so enormous, so impossible. It's so possible. People are amazing and kinder than we think. And especially, I feel like with how we are viewing the climate crisis now and how people are being taught about the climate, the change is happening. It's now, and we can make a difference. We just have to come together as friends, as neighbors, as humans, and I think we can do it. I think that we can have a prosperous humanity for many generations. So yeah, just don't lose hope.
Yeah.
Keep working at it. Sustainability is a process.
Well, thank you for being on, Ash. I learned a lot. I think this was a really good podcast episode.
Thank you. I'm glad you had me. I'm so glad. Even though I'm not a club, collaboration is everything to sustainability.
Yeah.
It's all about working together. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.